Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be speedrunning 58 questions from you guys about everything YouTube related, Rec Room, and even my personal life, so let's get into it. Peachy Boy VR asks, have you ever had any bad encounters with certain Rec Room YouTubers, or have they all been at least decent? They have been mainly decent. I feel like they're more shy than I anticipated. When you get a big group of Rec Room YouTubers together, I'm always surprised how no one's really competing for attention. We all just seem kind of reserved. I did have one less than great experience with one YouTuber, but it was sort of indirect, and I'm not going to throw shade at anyone, so we're not going to get into that. Also, a lot of RecTubers are young, so if they do things I disagree with, I just try to remind myself that I'm an adult, and my way of handling things is often different than someone who is like 14 or 15. Ninja's on fire. Do you ever feel overwhelmed with you being a famous RecTuber? Usually no, but if I have to go to public lobbies with a high room capacity, like the last time I was in one doing map promotion for the build contest, I couldn't hear myself think over everyone. It was just me there without backup friends to help control the room, so I just got completely overwhelmed and sadly only lasted about 10 minutes in their tops before I just had to log off and put my headset away. 11. What's the best gaming experience you've had? I'm gonna take that as Rec Room gaming experience, so probably going to RecCon for the first time. Seeing all the panels and how put together everything was really made me appreciate Rec Room that much more. Lego Lord asks, what's your all-time favorite Rec Room cosmetic? I really like the mirrored shades that I always wear. They look good on everyone and they're not too expensive. Serenity, how long do you usually record for to get a 10-minute video? I typically record for about an hour to get one video. If it's a talking video, the footage is usually about 45 minutes, but I would say an hour is about average. Geeky Bananas, how much IRL money do you think you've spent on VR total? That's a depressing question. Probably too much, though I can justify it as the cost of doing business as a YouTuber. Maybe about $2,000 for my PC, $1,200 for my Valve Index, $500 or more on Rec Room tokens, although probably more than that, $450 for my Quest 2, and another couple hundred on miscellaneous things like games and accessories. So if I had to guess, then a total of around $4,500 Canadian. Shrumia, how are the emus? Also, I forgot their names. What are they? Have they been doing well? Alright, that's it. The emus are doing good, thank you Shrumia. Their names are Strider, Foxy, and Saeed. Foxy actually injured her leg last year, so she does a lot of like sitting and lounging around these days, but she's happy and still eating and drinking lots. They're really enjoying the nice summer weather we've been getting too. Apricot says, were there any problems starting and throughout your Rec Room YouTuber career? I wouldn't say problems, just experiences that I've learned from and dealt with. That could be anything from like doxing threats, stalkers, getting over my social anxiety to talk in front of large groups of people, getting over my fear of talking to other Rec Room YouTubers, and various tech troubleshooting issues. Like what to do if a live stream stops working or a Rec Room bug makes me unable to film properly. Just like any job, there's tons of stuff that you've got to learn and constantly adapt to. Punkle asks, what's some advice that you would give for any up-and-coming RecTubers? Well, first of all, don't give up, because that's where 90% of people go wrong. Find your own voice and style, because that's the most difficult thing, but the most important to stand out. You should be known for something, not just making Rec Room content, but for some aspect of your personality, or how you edit, or a style in which you film things. Fatima Hirad, why do you always go in private servers? Well, because if I don't, I will be screamed at by overzealous people who want photos, and I can't always handle that. Declan Toward, do you ever feel bad to leave a public lobby? Yes. The last time I had to leave during an event in a public lobby, I didn't get everyone's photos, I just got overwhelmed and left, and I felt awful for the rest of the day about it. Storm VR asks, what are some tips from your personal experience on how to make great and good quality videos? I would say make videos. I started knowing nothing, but by like the 100th video, I knew lots. Not just make 100 crappy videos, but actually try to improve and keep learning and learn from what works and doesn't work. And if a video does well, make more like that. If it doesn't, stop repeating that style or topic of video for a while, and I'd say focus on something else. True CDC asks, with your current YouTube knowledge, is there anything in your earlier YouTube career that you would have done differently? Yes, definitely. I would have scripted all of my videos from the start. Not the gameplay ones, obviously, but anything where I'm talking on camera. It takes twice as long and it's half as concise when I don't do that. So I script everything now, from intros to skits to all of my talking videos. Hi has 3 questions. 1, will you ever make your own map in Rec Room? I have had help making most of my Rec Room maps, so yeah, someday I'd like to be able to independently make my own. Question 2, do you ever get bored of Rec Room? I do get bored of Rec Room sometimes, but there's always new stuff coming out, so the feeling doesn't really last. I have to stick with it. It's my job, and I couldn't think of a more versatile game to base a career off of, honestly. And question number 3, do you like being famous? I do like being well known in the Rec Room community, but I don't always like every aspect of it, no. I miss being able to be anonymous in public rooms, and it always feels kind of weird that people are constantly gifting me and DMing me and asking for invites or whatever. I feel like if they really knew me, they'd realize I'm just not that exciting. It's just the unknown factor, and I guess the internet fame, and I know I throw that term around loosely. Obviously, I'm only internet famous in the Rec Room world. That drives people to think that I'm a big deal in some way. The part that I do like is being able to be a helpful role model where I can, and I never get sick of hearing that watching my videos made someone's day better. That's really all that I can hope for. Also, people are generally really nice. It's pretty rare that I get rude comments, so. Korshak asks, what is your motivation for making videos, and does Rec Room pay for it? Well, my motivation to make videos is obviously money. This is my full-time job, and it pays my bills. Rec Room doesn't pay me to make videos, but I do have a code in Rec Room, which is code TARA, so anyone that supports trust me by hitting the button on my profile or using code TARA before they make a purchase, Rec Room pays me a percentage of that. So in that sense, Rec Room pays me, but no, I don't work for them directly. Sloth VR, how do you keep a great upload schedule? Well, tremendous fear of missing an upload. Also, it's a habit like anything. How do you brush your teeth each morning or remember to eat breakfast? It's habit. Ego, are you ever going to collab with smaller content creators? No one really reaches out to me. Well, sometimes they do, but they have like 5 or 10 subscribers, and sorry, I'm not doing that. I've never been opposed to collabs for the right video idea, but my fear is always saying yes to a few people, which makes a few more people ask, and then next thing you know, I don't have time for my own projects. So as a general rule, I just say no to everyone all the time to preserve my own schedule. That goes back to the previous question of how do I manage to never miss an upload? Good time management, and to me that includes being really selective about which projects I choose to work on, collabs included. ABS6308 asks, when and what was the reason for you to start YouTube? And when you started, did you ever think you'd become as popular as you are now? I can't remember why exactly I thought it would be a good idea. I used to have Etsy shops before this, as well as working for someone else as a cashier, among many other crappy jobs over the years that I've had. And at some point, I just thought maybe I could make a go of it. I got my VR headset, discovered Rec Room, and I just knew this is what I had to do. I definitely thought I would become this popular, but not in an arrogant way like, oh my god, I'm so important. It was only a matter of time before everyone discovered my channel and subscribed, but more in a different way. Like, once I fell in love with Rec Room and uploading videos to YouTube, I knew I wouldn't give up until I'd become successful. Arid Plays has 2 questions. 1, how does it feel to have a community? It feels amazing to have a community. Not just a community, but a positive one. I feel like my Discord family especially are an extension of my values, and the people there are people that I would genuinely vouch for and fight for. I have excellent moderators, both on Discord and from our live stream, and I see unwavering support from so many people in my comments section. People don't realize this, but that's a huge part of me continuing to enjoy what I do. And question 2, is it fun to be a YouTuber? Because I kind of want to be one. Yes, it's fun, but it's also a lot of work, and you have to have a thick skin and be able to brush off bad comments. That's tough, especially if you're at a younger age. Like, I personally couldn't have done YouTube years ago. I really think I wasn't strong enough for it mentally. Talencraft, what's the weirdest gift box message that you've received? I got a gift box that asked exactly which part of my city that I live in, which I found super odd until I remembered that I have a P.O. box in the relative vicinity, so I stopped panicking. But yeah, it was definitely one of those weird, shocking moments. Austin Exists asks, favorite quest? I like Crimson the best, but Isle has great ambiance even though I suck at it. 4BL bloopers, what do you think of full body avatars? Just like anything, we'll have to get used to it. I'm not sure I'll make the switch, but we'll see. Mudkip's Master asks, what's your favorite meal? I think sandwiches maybe? They're so versatile and easy to whip up, and they work well for any meal of the day. The Dude, what inspired you to make your Rec Room hair blue? Well, Rec Room used to make temporary hair dye, I'm not sure if you guys remember that, and I honestly wish they'd bring it back. I tried a few colors until I realized that the turquoise one was my favorite, so I committed to buying the full price one. The Pokemonster, do you ever feel like you need a break from YouTube? Yes, sometimes I do. I mean, I work in spurts. I might record 3 videos in one day, then nothing for a week. Recently I went to Mexico for 3 weeks, and I brought my VR headset, was supposed to work, but ended up having no motivation to do so. I just try to roll with the ebbs and flows of my motivation to avoid complete burnout, but yeah, taking a bunch of time off would be nice. YouTube doesn't really work like that though, nor does the video partner program. You have to constantly be doing things to stay relevant, so the biggest struggle for me is always just feeling like I should be doing more and that I'm not doing enough. I'm like, maybe I would earn more if I posted more shorts or did more live streams, and oh gosh, it's been like 6 months since I did a meet and greet. I keep thinking of more and more things I should do, but I need to have a balance between work and home life as well. TechSide says, what are your PC specs? I have to look at my piece of paper on my bulletin board every time someone asks me that. It's an i7-12700K 3060 Ti. All I know is that I can run VR and it doesn't crash, so I'm happy. Mr. Lava Wolf VR, do you have a PO box or mailing address to send fan mail to? Absolutely, and I will get my editor to put that up on the screen right now. No one ever sends me anything though. This is the 2nd year I've had it, and I'm like, is it really worth it for almost $200 a year? I should probably advertise it to you guys more, but I don't want to sound like I'm desperate for mail, but I really do like mail, so someone please send me something, please. Batboy says, how did you come up with Tarapeutic? It's a play on the word therapeutic. It's kind of like a perfect reflection of my personality the more I think about it. My real name is Tara, and I do really enjoy long therapeutic talking sessions about anything in depth. Grimslayer 101, what do you do after making a stream or a video? Well, after a stream, I go collapse in a corner because I'm mentally exhausted. After I make a video, I typically just carry on with my day and go do stuff around the house, check on the emus, go get the mail or whatever. I don't leave the house too often since I work from home. Fortnite VR, how and when did you discover Rec Room? I think I discovered it like most people in VR, just from looking for free games on the Quest 2 store, back when it was the Oculus Quest 2. That was all the way back in December of 2020. Potato, how has your YouTube channel's success changed your day-to-day life? Well, the success of it hasn't changed my day-to-day life, really. I have been working just as hard since the start. In general now, it's more delegating tasks. For example, instead of recording a video then going right to edit it, I record a video, then I prepare a Word document with all the things I want the editor to bear in mind when they go edit it. Also, preparing B-roll for them and uploading it all to Google Drive. I'd say for filming help too, I used to just randomly record with friends, but now I have a whole team on Discord that I can ping to help out, so it's more planned than just random chaos. As far as life outside of YouTube, my channel's success has hurt my personal life some, not gonna lie. I spend too much time working, and I can't really open up to people IRL about my channel because I don't want people IRL to really know the channel name or whatever, so anyone I end up chatting with, I have to be kind of vague, and I just say I do YouTube. Maybe that's just me being paranoid, but I really don't want to be doxxed in any way, so I try to keep my YouTube persona and my real life very separate. Shifter. What was it like the first time someone recognized you in Rec Room? I remember the first time it happened, but I do remember that I used to kind of like drop the fact that I was a Rec Room YouTuber into conversations with random people in the rec center, and they'd always be like, how many subs do you have? And I'd sheepishly be like, 47, but, and yeah. No one took me seriously. Rayo Zahir asks, have you ever played with Energetic Ruth? I haven't directly, no, but we were in the RecTuber Royale thing once, and I've seen her at events before, and she seems really nice. Machine Boy VR asks, do you have trouble thinking of video ideas sometimes? Because I low-key have that problem. I do and I don't. I mean, I have a whole Word document full of video ideas because I write literally everything down as soon as I get an idea. I have trouble thinking of good video ideas sometimes, though. I have lots of ones that are just kind of mid. Bonk Animates, what's the worst thing someone ever said to you in Rec Room? I'm not gonna repeat that here, but people have said some pretty messed up things to me and about me, spreading rumors and just lots of toxic stuff. I always just ignore it because, let's face it, when people do that kind of stuff, it says more about their character than anything, and I prefer not to spread negativity in this community. Lewis Harrison says, what did you get out of your level 50 box? I got the Sheriff Torso in gold. PZR, do you get annoyed and frustrated with all the things that come along with being a RecTuber/YouTuber in general? I get annoyed at everything all the time, but that's just me as a person. In general, I just try to remind myself that if I get annoyed at something, this still wins by a long shot compared to actually going to work for someone. I don't miss that at all. Being my own boss means I can make my own schedule and rules, and so those small annoyances never really bother me that much. Jack Games, what's the worst thing of being a Rec Room YouTuber? Probably having to watch what I do and say, because otherwise it'll be held against me. I used to play Rec Royale with my mic off because I had a huge fear that I'd like swear by accident it would end up on YouTube. Not that that's the end of the world, but yeah, just having to be self-aware because everyone's watching. And then not be able to go to public lobbies very easily, or forgetting to appear offline before going and the room fills up as my heart fills with dread over all the social anxiety that I'm about to experience. Gorilla Boy, how can I get into Rec Room content? I do Gorilla Tag content right now. Well, Gorilla Tag isn't a bad game to be in either. I think it's going to continue to do well. I would say just play more Rec Room, and the content ideas should follow. Fred GRR, what video made you famous? I think my 17 types of Rec Room players is when my channel really started taking off. It was my first scripted talking video, and for a long time, and perhaps even still, it brought in like 10% of my total subscriber base. Get Jinxed asks, what is your honest opinion on the rising prices of in-game clothing? My honest opinion is also probably an unpopular one. Rec Room is a free game, and they have to make money to pay for everything that they do, staffing so many people, including game developers and marketing and running all those servers. I have no idea how much that costs, but I know that they can't make everything cost like 2 tokens and expect to be able to survive. So because I love the game and I want to continue to see it grow and do well, I try to support them by buying items that I think look cool. I don't give it too much thought because honestly, I want the game to succeed. J Games, do you go on Rec Room for fun? I do go on Rec Room for fun, though not as much these days since it's mostly work stuff, and the weather is getting nicer outside right now, so I'm busy gardening and doing stuff outdoors. Kate Donlin, where in Canada are you from? I'm from BC, the West Coast, born and raised here. Party Mac BVR, what have you been doing lately? Well, I recently got back from a few weeks in Mexico. I set up my garden area. I'm growing lots of vegetables this year. I've been organizing the house. I moved in a couple years ago, but there's still lots that needs to be optimized, fixed, so I have a lot of small projects on the go, and then as usual, spending way too much time on Discord chatting. Crying Dragon 79 asks, how long have you had your emus for, and do you plan to do any vlogs about them or even about yourself? My emus I've had since they were born because I got them as eggs and hatched them in an incubator. They're actually turning 5 this year. I'm not really the vlogging type, though I definitely consider making more emu videos on a different channel because they're super cute and very entertaining. Mr. MarioFan12 has 2 questions. What is your favorite Rec Room map? Oh, I have too many favorite Rec Room maps, but off the top of my head, Rec Royale, Aladdin, Spot It, San Fran, Songbird Peak, and Hagrid's Hut. Those are some of my favorites. And question 2, what video project are you most proud of? I'm proud of to this day that I managed to edit all of the quests into one big long tutorial. The video really paid off, but at the time I wasn't sure how it would do and if it was a good investment of my time. Also, the 12 Days of Christmas project, because I'm not sure how the hell I pulled that off with coordinating everyone and then editing that myself. yourself. L30, when are you doing a face reveal? I already have, a bunch of times. Check my Instagram. Void5714 asks, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Hopefully in 5 years. I'm still doing YouTube, but with more of a digital nomad lifestyle. I really hate winter, so I'd love to be able to spend some of the winter months in a hotter place. I also see myself streamlining my video process more and just having a much more relaxed approach to content creation in general. Real Golem YT, what is something you learned throughout content creation that other people should know about? I think an important thing that I've learned is that long intros are bad. Just get to the point. Like, the sooner you can jump into a video and get to the point and deliver on what the viewers were promised from the title and the thumbnail, the better. People are very impatient. Gus174, what is the best ice cream flavor? I don't know. I think vanilla peanut butter is a good one. I honestly don't eat much ice cream. Caramel swirl is another one I really like though. The Nugget13, what do you do with your time outside of Rec Room or emus? Well, I personally spend too much time at my PC, talking on Discord, checking social media, and in general just wasting time. However, outside of that, I enjoy cooking, gardening, reading, and I'm currently learning Spanish with Rosetta Stone. Gamer Plays, how on earth did you grow your channel? I realized that scripting numbered style lists were my forte and I leaned into it hard. It's not for everyone, but for me, that's what works with my personality and I really enjoy writing. Whatever starts to grow your channel, I say just lean into it. Willow Faded 1, is Rec Room a full-time job for you? Yes, I've been full-time at YouTube since 2021. Doc15, how did you feel when you reached your first 100 subscribers on YouTube? I don't really remember. To the best of my recollection though, it was a big milestone for me, but I was immediately hungry for 500 and then 1,000 subscribers, so I just kept looking forward. Thank you so much to everyone who asked me a question either on Twitter or on my YouTube community post. If you enjoyed this video, then definitely use code Tara in Rec Room or hit the support button on my profile in game. It's free for you and it helps out my channel so I can keep making content for you guys. And you know the drill. As usual, I put another Rec Room video up on the screen, so definitely check out that one next.